6 for 5 against India at Stumps. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.
This is Akashvani. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on Union Cabinet decisions. The participants are Akhilesh Kumar Singh, political analyst, and Gouran Dhawan, anchor.
Hello and welcome to our program. Today we will have a conversation on certain cabinet decisions that were taken, and to join us for this conversation in the studio we have Mr. Akhilesh Singh. Akhilesh, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So let's start. The first decision, the cabinet today approved the minimum support price MSP for copra for 2024. And of course, before we move into the details of the rates, this is again another decision which has an important impact, and it's a cash crop. In the area of agriculture, we have been seeing that a lot of MSP decisions to actually support agriculture have been taken. So this is also in the same direction?
Yeah, because we have seen this government has been taking measures to strengthen and empower farmers on a regular basis. If you have seen in past 6 months, they have also revised MSPs of other crops. So this is a regular exercise which this government has been taking, and they have right from the beginning, they have made it a point that we have to empower and strengthen the farmers who are the backbone of our economy. So this is again a very good decision, and since it is a cash crop, it is going to benefit farmers immediately, and it should be appreciated. We had heard about these promises which were made in recent elections also, and government has delivered it immediately. It is not only going to benefit the farmers and the economy, but also it will have impact on 2024 elections, which is not far from today. So it's a very good decision, and we should expect that this decision is going to impact lives of farmers positively.
Right. In fact, Akhilesh, coconut has been seen for a long time to be like a regional crop. But today, with food habits changing, with a greater amount of focus on understanding the depth of, what effect food has on our health, I think a lot of international acceptance and demand for this product is there.
Of course, this demand has also increased. And if you look at the adverse impact it was having on these crops, so there was lots of damages also. There was a demand by farmers from these regions, these coconut producing regions, that MSP should be increased, and which government has done, showing sensitivity towards their demand. So this is again a very good in the interest of farmers, which is going to, we have a huge swath of farmer producing regions in south as well as northeast and east. So it is a very good decision, and we should expect that these kind of decisions will influence and impact farmers positively, and they will focus more and make more investments to improve their crops and their yield.
Right. Wanting to now draw your attention to infrastructure, the area, and two decisions were taken in this particular vertical in terms of infrastructure. The cabinet has approved the construction of a new 4.56 kilometer long 6-lane bridge across River Ganga, which will connect Digha and Sonepur in Bihar, and of course the improvement and widening of a 135-kilometer stretch of the Khowai Harina Road in Tripura. Now we can see that, of course, this is in two states. We're talking about Bihar and Tripura, along with the other, thrust to infrastructure, and this would also want aid and abet in actually increasing livelihood and circulation of money.
So if you talk about Digha and Sonepur bridge, it has been since childhood we have heard about this project and demand for this project, this bridge, which will have huge impact on the economy, local economy, as well as also improve the connectivity of Bihar from other regions, east and west and rest of the country. So it was a long-standing demand. We had heard so many times. Most political parties made assurances to do this, but unfortunately it could not happen. Now this government has come out with this project, and I think they have allocated 3,064 crores for this project, and they have also fixed a deadline of 42 months. So it is also interesting and important that they have fixed a deadline that we are going to deliver this project in 42 months. This is also central to the Buddhist tourism places in Bihar. Those are also going to get advantage of this bridge. It will also attract tourists, help in local area development, improve people's lifestyle and their living conditions. So this is a very good decision government has taken. We should appreciate it. Let us hope that this government completes this project in given the deadline they have fixed for these construction companies. And it also reflects that even if there is no BJP government, since central government BJP is in power in center, but in the state the opposition is there. So Modi government has been making claims that they do not do any discrimination when it comes to policies. So this project again shows that they do not do so. They do not do any kind of discrimination in development, infrastructure or welfare schemes. They think universally about all the regions, all people. If you talk about Tripura project, Tripura Assam project, this is again reflecting the government's continuous focus on development of Northeast. Prime Minister Modi himself has visited Northeast regions, Northeast states 55 to 60 times in past 10 years, which is a record. No Prime Minister has ever visited Northeast so many times. So this also reflects the seriousness government has shown towards development of Northeast, and we should expect that this project is again going to help in improving economy of the region.
Right. And this thrust and push for infrastructure development, it will have an impact on livelihoods also.
Definitely, it will have impact on livelihood because if you look at the traveling, the time is going to be reduced by 4 to 5 hours about this Kowai and Arena Road project in Tripura and Assam. So it was something on cards for a long time. This project was also discussed so many times, and once it is done, I think the government has also fixed a deadline of 2 years probably with allocation of 2,487 crores. So this deadline is also interesting that we are not going to make a promise which is going to take 10-15 years. The minimum time they have fixed to accomplish this project, which should also be appreciated, and definitely it will have impact on the livelihood of the people.
So when we see the past history and the timeline of, completion of projects, and by and large, they have been on course?
Definitely, because if you look at the speed of roads being constructed on a daily basis, it has increased almost 15-20 times more. So, and it has been happening for the past 8-9 years. And that is why this pro-incumbency theme of BJP has worked in their favor, because once they deliver, then they go to public and say, look what we had showed, what we had pledged, we had delivered. So this is also interesting that it can sound adventurous because 2 years is very less time. But when you have infrastructure, when you have machines, and if you can deliver, why to delay? So this is again good and in the interest of the people, and let us hope that what government has said, they are going to fulfill that.
Right. Akhilesh, also, when we look at connectivity and then we look at equity. So we've been wanting, we say there are many Indias within India, and when we want to really actually work to the poorest of the poor and alleviate, some of their and mitigate their suffering, connectivity, because it provides access, it provides opportunity, plays a huge role.
Yeah, see, the commercial viability is a big factor in taking such decisions. For that, if government has to take a pain, then it has to be ready for that. They have to make adjustments, which this government has been doing. They have taken this plunge. They have taken risk also. There have been some projects which did not prove to be commercially viable, but they have delivered to stimulate and streamline ease of living, which is again a theme of this government, that we are offering ease of living and we are fulfilling that also. So through these policies, these infrastructure developments, if people's lives are being impacted positively, it's a welcome move.
Right. We now move on to another decision taken by the cabinet, and which approved the memorandum of understanding which was signed between India and Malaysia in order to promote cooperation in public broadcasting in the field of radio and television. And this MOU was signed between Public Service Broadcaster Prasar Bharati and Radio Television Malaysia RTM, and it was signed in November this year, and the cabinet has approved it. So when we look at the reach of radio, and I know that this program is being broadcast on radio, in terms of an exchange and a regional cooperation network, you think this is an important step?
This is an important step, and as a radio person, you should also compliment the government for thinking on these lines, because if you look at this strengthening, improving inter-community rapport, exchange of relations between two countries, it is a very good decision, and it is also a big boost to this radio industry, because there was a phase that it was being expected that now radio is going to be a thing of past, but suddenly it is back in market and it is expanding big time.
Right.
We should not forget the Man Ki Baat, Prime Minister's monthly radio talk, which has also played a significant role in reviving and proving the significance of radio industry.
Right. And of course, there are so many other areas as culture, education, science, technology. And I think, accessibility, availability, and the ease with which content can be, broadcast and people can listen to radio anytime while doing something else, also, focus on it.
Yeah.
So I think there are huge advantages. Right. Wanting now to move on to another cabinet decision, and this is linked to, India being envisaged as the HR capital of the world. The cabinet has approved the mobility and migration agreement between India and Italy to foster the mobility of students, skilled workers, and professionals. So we have a young population, Akhilesh, and we are looking at better ways to educate them and also to somewhere, provide good quality, skilled people for working across the globe.
It's a positive move, and it is going to foster mobility of students and other people from other industries, other sectors also. And it will also contain the irregular, migration of skilled people. So this is also a very far-sighted decision which government has taken, and we should expect that the two countries will capitalize on this agreement and increase people-to-people contact and exchange of our talent.
Right. Now, wanting to now draw your attention to the southern part of the globe, the cabinet has approved the opening of a Consulate General of India in Auckland, New Zealand. Wanting to know from you, Akhilesh, how will this help in promoting India's strategic and commercial interests?
It's very interesting since G20, the way India has expanded its footprint across the globe. This is again a very important decision in increasing India's diplomatic footprint and strengthen India's diplomatic reputation in the world. We have seen that diplomatic reputation of India has increased manifold in past few years. We have heard first-hand accounts of people who have been traveling abroad, and they have acknowledged, they have confirmed, they have said that the perception of the world towards India has changed in past 8-9 years. So this is again a direction in which this government has acted, and we should expect that country's footprint, diplomatic footprint, is going to expand further, and it will increase India's reputation further on the global platform.
So when you talk of India's widening and expanding footprint, we're also looking at, and I think in India, a lot of focus is being put on the blue economy. And New Zealand is a place which has a lot of water. It has a lot of, dairy and the blue economy. So I think these are areas for collaboration commercially for the two nations.
Yeah, that is again very far-sighted and a good decision, which will be important commercially also. So it's a very good decision, and these are the lines on which this government has evolved its plans, its roadmaps on which it is working. So we should appreciate the decision taken by the government, and we should expect that it will have a good impact on the commercially also.
Right. Mr. Akhilesh Singh, thank you so much for joining us on our program today.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You were listening to a discussion on Union Cabinet decisions. The participants were Akhilesh Kumar Singh, political analyst, and Dhawan, anchor. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of Akashvani. You can listen to it on our mobile app News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may share your feedback about this program through email at airnsdtalks@gmail.com or WhatsApp on 928 909 4044.